Okay, so in this last part, nobody likes to hear doom and gloom problems without a suggestion, right? And this isn't a magic wand or a magic bullet. I can't tell you what works or doesn't work, but I can give you a couple hints of maybe what I've been working on and what's been resonating for me, and maybe if you want to, you can look into it. So I tried so many times to do projects and self-improvement and self-help outside of myself, I had to finally turn inward. I've been working with a therapist for over 7 months now, trying to actually take a strong look at those unresolved issues or trauma inside of myself and trying to work on releasing the parking brake. I do feel like I am making a lot of progress during this time. The jury's still out, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna need more time and more work, but so far, I'm pretty optimistic about what I've seen. And then here's another side note, if this resonates with anybody, just like the folks that might not like the word trauma so much, I'm actually a big believer in therapy. I think it's really great. I don't have a problem with it. And even despite that, I held off a long time before I went to therapy. It's kind of a pain to start the process and look for a therapist. I could make another video on that. But the only thing I think now is I really wish I would have started earlier. So if you're not sure, or even if you're on the fence about it, you should really strongly consider doing it. You can only resolve so much stuff with what you have in your own head, and to get it out and talk to somebody that might have training can be really helpful. So again, I can only mention what I'm working on and what might be worth you looking into. I've tried a couple of different programs, and the one that seems to be resonating with me personally and you could look into is called IFS, Internal Family Systems. So there is a good book that you can read. No Bad Parts by Richard Schwartz, The Internal Family Systems Model. I'll put a link in the description below. I want to give a warning though. Funny enough, the system is 40 years old, so about as old as I am. It's got some really great ideas in it, but the book is not so good, which may sound funny. This is a very different way to look at problems inside of yourself, and the language is going to be maybe very alien to some people. Also, some of the language might be a little cringy, I'm not going to lie. But the concepts and what you do, especially working with a therapist is really recommended, can really change the way you look at yourself and how you feel. Also, lastly, I'm not interested in any of my videos being political, but the author is brilliant, but he does put some political language in it that could turn many people off, so that's just one warning. Another alternative, the creator of IFS has been on multiple podcasts, and I do love listening to podcasts, and he had a pretty good podcast with Tim Ferriss. I'll link that in the description below as well. If you want an alternative, that's a pretty good listen, and you'll get an idea of the gist of what the system is, and none of the weird kind of political stuff comes into it. He just tells the facts. And again, I've tried a couple of different systems, and this is the first one that's really resonated with me. It's not perfect, nothing is, but it gave a really new, interesting way to look at unresolved issues and how they may be holding you back and being a parking brake. I'll probably make another video explaining what I think about internal family systems or IFS and kind of what I've discovered that might be interesting, but that'll be for another video.